Now let's talk culture, because story has always been our thing. In the Black diaspora, story is survival. It's how our ancestors passed coded messages through spirituals, how griots in West Africa carried lineages in memory, how grandmamas told you ghost stories on the porch to keep you from sneaking out at night. Story is our birthright. It teaches, it warns, it uplifts, it punishes. Think about it. Black culture is built on the art of narration. The griot tradition in Africa, the folk tales carried through the Middle Passage, the sermons that became spirituals, then blues, then gospel, then hip hop. We know how to remix story into survival, into joy, into resistance. And don't act like you don't know. Half of our culture is shaped by who tells the story and how. A whole family reunion will split into two camps depending on which auntie tells how the fight at last year's cookout actually went down. So when we open the Bible, why would we suddenly read it flat, literal, and boring? That's not how we do story. I'm convinced if Black Twitter had been around in the Bible days, we'd have a whole different canon. David Messi was trending today after the king stole his soldier's wife and had the man killed. Tune in for more hot takes. Baby, we'd have commentary, threads, memes, and think pieces galore. Reading the scripture like story, it puts you back into its cultural flow, not as a list of rules, but as an unfolding narrative that we get to witness, we get to wrestle with, we get to learn from. All right, misfits, mystics, and miracle workers. This is the part where you get to jump in because I don't want this podcast to just be me preaching at you or talking at you. This is a community. So here's the invite. Do you have your own story about a verse folks get very wrong? Maybe your pastor swore it said something that you didn't see that same way. Maybe your auntie quoted it at you like a weapon. Maybe you stumbled on it yourself and were like, wait a minute, this is not what I was told that it says. DM it to me on Instagram or leave me a voicemail for the show. I'll feature my favorites in an upcoming episode. Here's the truth. Every time you bring your own weird, your own magic, the genuine you, your own receipts, you're building this table with me. This podcast, this community is not just about me teaching. It's about us making space for each other's wisdom. So don't be shy. Share your stories, your questions, your side-eye moments. We'll laugh, we'll learn, and we'll drag bad theology together. And most of all, we'll keep reminding each other, we belong here. Let's learn this together. The Bible is not a checklist. It is not a weapon to beat you down. It is not a cold set of rules meant to shame you into silence. The Bible is a story, a divine, messy, miraculous anthology of God showing up in human history through prophets, through misfits, through flawed leaders and people, in unlikely heroes. It's a story where contradictions live side by side, where grief and joy intertwine, and where magic and mystery are never too far away.